Hello there, it's Ms. Prather, and today we are going to go over the age problems in your calculator inactive booklet. And I'm going to highlight age problems to let you know that that is what we are going to be going over. And as you see here, also in parentheses, it has systems of equations, because when you see age problems, you should automatically think of system of equations, which is either solved by graphing, solved by elimination, or solved by substitution. So if you've seen any of my videos, you know I have my handy dandy highlighter. And as I read the problem, I'm going to pull out and identify keywords. In this instance, I see a lot of numbers that are written out and a lot of mathematical signs such as plus and times spelled out. As I am highlighting them, I'm also going to write it mathematically. So here we go. 2 times Antonio's age. So I have 2 times, which is multiplication sign. I'm going to use the A for Antonio's age. Plus 3 times Sarah's age. I'm going to add the plus sign. 3 times, I'm going to use the variable S for Sarah, equals 34. And even though 34 is already mathematically written, I'm just going to write it above so I do not forget. Now I have Sarah's age. We've already said that Sarah is the variable S. Is very important. Is also is equals in math. 5 times Antonio's age. So we have 5 times A, which is Antonio. How old is Sarah? This is very important. Instead of highlighting it, I'm going to box it, and I'm going to write that's my question. I do not want to forget my question, because I can solve for A and I can solve for S, but if I don't go back and read my question, I may get this problem wrong. So now that I have mathematically written what I read, I'm going to go right underneath my problem. I'm going to rewrite it again so I can see it. So 2 times A is just 2A. Plus 3 times S, which is 3S, equals 34. I see this period right here in between 34 and Sarah, and that's how I know I've finished my equation, because now it's going to go on and give me another equation. So I have S. Don't forget that equal sign. We said was equals 5 times A. Okay, so now you can see here I have that system of equations. I have 2 equations. Now we have to ask ourselves elimination or substitution. I'm going to choose substitution because I see here that S is a variable and it's by itself. Therefore, I can take whatever S stands for and substitute it back into my problem. But before I do that, I'm going to off to the side write out my variables. A stood for Antonio. Or you could say let A be Antonio, and S stood for Sarah. You could say let S stand for Sarah. So now that I have my variables, my key information written to the side, and I have my 2 equations, I'm going to go ahead and start the process of substitution. So I have 2A plus 3. Instead of rewriting S, I am now going to substitute in parentheses 5 times A, because 5A is the same thing as S, equals 34. You have to do the distributive property, so you have 15A equals 34. Combine like terms. 2 plus 15 is 17A equals 34. Divide both sides by 17. And let's see, I'm not sure how to divide 34 by 17. So what I could do is I could add 17 2 times and see what I get. So I'm going to do that right off to the side here. Seven plus 7 is 14, carry the 1, 34. So since I wasn't sure how to divide, I just added 17 2 times and automatically got 34. So I know 34 divided by 17 is 2. A equals 2. What does A stand for? I can go back here to my key and I can see A is Antonio. So Antonio's age is 2. So I'm going to write Antonio is 2 years old. But go back to the question, how old is Sarah? So if I leave it at Antonio is 2 years old, I'm not answering the question. So now that I have A is 2, I'm going to take A and I'm going to substitute it back in for Sarah. The problem says here, Sarah's age is also 5 times Antonio's age, or S equals 5A. So I'm going to go here, S equals 5A, and I'm going to substitute Antonio's age, which was 2. Therefore, S is equal to 10. Sarah is 10 years old. That is my answer. And I'm even going to put an arrow there so that way I don't get confused and want to give to Antonio as my answer. Okay, thank you and hope you